Hey, real estate agents, welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga, the man with a plan. How are you doing, Joey?
What's up? I'm doing all right.
Well, good. Hey, we are the Real Estate Marketing Maniacs.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. And we're bringing to you today a special guest. That guest is Kurt Nishimura with Remax Excalibur. How's it going, Kurt?
It's going great.
Good, good. You're going to bring some things to us that we haven't really heard yet on the podcast. So listen in, agents out there. We're going to jump into, again, a topic that hasn't really been discussed.
Yeah.
On the Weekly Closer. So we're super excited to have you here.
Thank you.
All right, so first tell us how long you've been in the business and what compelled you to get into real estate.
I'm coming from commercial real estate. I've been in the business for over 20 years. I actually started at a commercial real estate company in their accounting department.
Okay.
And once I saw how much you could make really on the brokerage side, it really made more sense to become a broker than continuing in accounting.
Huh.
Yeah, well, that probably makes sense, right? Once you see the money made in the sales side, right?
Exactly.
Instead of the calculating the number side, right?
Yes.
Made a lot of sense. All right. Well, since you are, so not necessarily on the residential side, you're on the commercial side. I want you to share with us, what are you doing now to be successful in that, in commercial real estate versus the residential?
Sure. Well, you have to do a lot of networking on the commercial side with commercial agents. Because they're seeing the deal flow.
Okay.
They a lot of times have different listings. They're looking for specific buyers. You also have to just do some regular networking with the regular chambers and things for people coming into town that are looking to open certain types of businesses or make investments into those type of businesses. And then you just bring the buyers and sellers together, try to work out a deal. And but it really helps to have a network of commercial agents that you're in touch with, because they're telling you kind of what they're looking for.
Right. All right. And I can see that you would, you probably work a lot with 1031s.
Exactly, yes. Okay. That's because they have to do something for tax purposes. Right. There's a set window in which they have to get a transaction done. So you know that you have for sure a buyer that's ready to go. And you always want that as an agent, as someone that's ready to go. They understand what they want, and they have the funds in order to do it.
Well, you just described not very many of the residential buyers. No, I'm just kidding. Ready to go, know what they want. No,
yeah. I have a question on 1031.
Sure.
So, if you're representing a buyer,
sure,
right? Do you tell the seller side that you are representing someone with a 1031 right away?
I usually do.
Okay.
Because there is a set time frame in which you have to get everything done, and you want to make sure that the seller can perform.
Okay.
So it helps to let them know right away.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
Share with us a little bit about the types of properties that you have experience with, or that you're seeing a lot of. I know you mentioned some before, but I know you mentioned multifamily.
Sure, multifamily, senior living, and hotels and resorts.
Hotels and resorts. Which one's the funnest?
Hotels and resorts
hotels and resorts, I would say,
are usually the most fun because they're the most challenging.
Oh, okay.
Because it is a live operating business in addition to a real estate transaction. And because of that, there's a lot of sensitivity that goes along with that. You need to make sure you handle the transaction in such a way where you're only presenting it to, if you have the listing, to viable buyers. That they all sign confidentiality agreements. Okay. And the reason why you do that is you don't want to startle the staff. If they know that the hotel potentially might be for sale, the first thing they think is, oh my God, am I going to be out of a job? And 99% of the cases, most of those people are going to retain their job because you want to run the hotel as you have in the past. Sometimes there is a brand change. Sometimes there's additional capital that goes into the property. But by and large, all the good performers in that hotel, you want to retain. Now, some of the lesser performers, you might want to be able to weed them out during that time period.
Yeah.
But it's all about customer service, especially in the hotel industry. So the last thing you want to do is disrupt the customer experience. So employees really don't have to worry about that, but it is the first thing that they think of when they hear a sale. That's why as a listing agent, you really need to have a very strong sphere of influence with other agents that you can trust, that can keep transaction quiet.
Right.
So that's why networking is so very important.
Got it. Give us an example of, or what kind of trends are you seeing in the senior living space?
Well, the senior space is very interesting because of the demographics of the United States. We have the very big baby boom generation.
Yeah.
The very first of them started retiring a couple of years ago, but that's a 20-year, a cycle generation there, and they're going to, want to continue. Right now, the younger ones still have a lot of life in, so they're going to be opting for more independent living.
Yeah.
But there are more examples of critical care, or where they basically can go from, be very vibrant to basically, until they pass away.
Yeah. Right.
And they don't have to be moved that entire time. They might be moving from one floor to the other as they need more care and more assistance, but they don't actually have to leave the facility, because that would be very alarming to not only the family but the person as well. They like to have that comfort as once they're settled, they're not going to be, taken out to another facility.
Okay, all right. I've also been reading about baby boomers that are maybe not as interested anymore of having that single family residence and having to take care of a yard and all those things, to more of a centralized location where they're closer to things, kind of like the millennials want right now. We're kind of seeing the boomers are thinking a similar way to where, so I didn't know if you're seeing here in the Phoenix Metro any facilities popping up that were, for boomer age, 55 plus, that are maybe more of an urban type environment versus
you're now starting to see some of the developers come up with some floor plans and things that do accommodate that.
Right.
But they're really still trying to catch up to the trend.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people don't realize is that the development process takes a few years. You have to buy the land. You have to entitle it for the right, plan that you want.
Okay.
Sometimes it'll require a plan change with the city council. And all that may take a year, depending on the neighborhood. They might not like maybe a senior care facility coming next door because they think of it as maybe a reminder of getting old.
Yeah.
So they'll vote against that. So you might have to go a few rounds with the council to get something approved, and ultimately you might not get something approved.
Okay.
That's why you really find yourself behind the 8 ball right now in terms of product type that's kind of matching what consumers are asking for.
Got it. Okay. All right. Share with us the differences in marketing, say, a commercial property versus residential.
Well, the commercial property, they do have something that's similar to the MLS. There's CoStar. There's also Excelligent. There's other products out there as well. But a lot of it is word of mouth. A lot of there's quite a bit of what you call pocket listings, where you have the listing, but you're only allowed to market it to a certain set group of people.
Okay.
And that's why it's so very important to have that strong network. And how you establish that network is joining groups like CCIM, which is a commercial designation.
Okay. Yep.
It shows that you've been in business for so long, that you've done so many transactions. There's a fairly large qualifier to be able to join that organization, but it does really basically say that you almost have a PhD when it comes to commercial real estate.
Okay. All right. No, great information. How would you, I guess, why would an agent, let's say, that has a sphere of influence of high net worth clients or individuals or people that they know, what benefits would they have by reaching out to a commercial agent like yourself and having, if somebody's coming to them saying, hey, I want to buy a commercial building or a hotel or whatever the case, what are some of the benefits why a residential agent would want to go ahead and hand that off? Well, I'm sure there's a lot of them. So
sure, a lot of people might be scared of that, thinking I'm handing off my client. No, you're really just handing them off for a certain transaction. You can write certain referral agreements to kind of protect yourself in that.
Okay, yeah.
But the commissioner, Judy Lowe, is always talking about kind of staying with basically what you know best.
Right.
And, people that help high net worth individuals on the residential side, it's very high touch. They understand that these people have lots of money, expect to be catered to. and want someone that really knows all the information on the commercial side that can also give them that high touch experience as well,
Right.
With all the knowledge that it takes to do a commercial transaction.
All right. No, that's great. All right, Kurt. Well, it's time. Let's get in
All
the
right.
ring with the Maniacs. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So what's the best advice anyone's ever given you?
Best advice I ever got was someone told me that don't make someone a priority that treats you like an option.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay.
I like that.
I have to write that one down.
Yeah, right.
I won't remember it if I don't write it down. Come on. How about your favorite mobile app?
I like Mileage IQ.
Me too.
Yeah, I do too.
I love that
I
one.
like that one. Tells me everywhere. I've got like 30 things I have to switch over to business versus personal.
It's like the Tinder of driving.
There you go. There you go. It keeps track even on the weekends, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I don't really want it to on the weekend.
You can actually go into settings.
I
and do
know,
that.
Joey. I know. No. How about a book recommendation?
Think and Grow Rich.
All right,
That's a good one.
Hill.
Yeah.
And how about a productivity tool or software that you use on a regular basis?
In commercial real estate, I use a lot of Excel, building a lot of customized spreadsheets. Every single property is different. They cash flow different. The space is different. So you really can't use some out-of-the-box tool. You really have to customize it to the building, or to also, let's say, your client that has a certain return requirement. You have to build in that return to show them how the payouts are going to actually match their return requirements.
All right. There we have it. All right, last question.
All right.
We got to draw from the mask here.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
Go ahead and read.
What is the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
Oh, yeah. Besides commercial real estate.
I went ziplining in Costa Rica.
Oh, that's fun.
And the interesting thing about it is they didn't ask me to sign any kind of waiver.
Really?
No. And then I found out the reason why was as I'm zipping down, it was a very cloudy day, and I couldn't actually see the landing point. And I heard people speaking in Spanish for me to slow down. But it took me a while to make the translation, so I came in kind of hot, and I actually hit the tree that the rope was tied to. Luckily, I had my feet there to kind of brace me, so I didn't get injured or anything, but
Wow.
it was an interesting experience.
Slow down. He's grabbing the cable. Oh, man. No, that's great. We've, have you been ziplining?
Nothing to the extent of
Oh,
you
okay.
two.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We went ziplining in Kauai.
Oh.
And it was one of the it was awesome. The whole family, we were just like, this is just awesome. My wife didn't think she would like it at first, but she's like, I'd do that again, over and over and over.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a great time. Thank you so much for sharing. If anybody wants to reach out to you directly, they have commercial questions, whatever,
Sure.
how would they do that?
They can call me at 602-513-9335, which is my cell phone.
Okay.
Or they can also email me, which is kurt.nishimura@gmail.com. And it's KURT_NISHIM as in Mary, URA@gmail.com.
All right, fantastic. Thanks so much for being in and sharing
Thank you.
commercial real estate with us.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, until next time, this is Jeff Underwood along with
Joey Sampaga.
the Real Estate Marketing Maniacs here at Security Title Studios, signing off. Have a great day. Take care.
Sayonara. That's awesome.
Good job.
Thank
Good
you.
info. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
The Weekly Closer podcast is sponsored by Jake Krabby, NMLS number 877141 at Academy Mortgage. Are you looking to buy or refinance a home? Jake Krabby is your mortgage professional. Contact Jake at 480-442-9291. Jake Krabby is a loan officer at Academy Mortgage, NMLS number 877141. State license for Arizona number 0920357, AZBK number 0904081, and New Mexico number 877141. Academy Mortgage Corporation, NMLS 3113, and New Mexico 01451. Call 480-442-9291. Address 15333 North Pima Road, Suite 205, Scottsdale, Arizona 85260. Academy Mortgage is an equal housing